reveal of my new decorated bedroom. So if you've been following me for a while, you'll have seen the process that I've gone through. The room that I'm going to show you used to be the gym, and I've since had a partial garage conversion, which you'll have probably seen as well, which has allowed me to free up that room. I particularly like that room because it's the warmest bedroom in the house, and particularly for the winter, I really wanted to reclaim it and use it. It's been a much neglected room over the years, and yeah, it hasn't had an awful lot of TLC. But what I wanted to do before I show you is just put a couple of clips in about the journey that it's gone through. So if you haven't seen the rest of it, then there's no need to look back. You can just have a look and see where we've come from in terms of that room, and then I'm going to show you what I've done. So stay tuned. I'll see you in a minute. I'm going to walk you through the door, and then the first thing you're met with is the bed here. Just give you a little pan round. So what I wanted to do with this was really give it a feeling of being really airy and light, and I think that's what I've managed to do. I've introduced a really dark indigo blue to offset and contrast against the grey and the white. Just something really different and something that I don't have in the house at all. So I knew I didn't want to go with my typical pinks, put it that way. But I'm going to talk you through everything bit by bit so you can get a feel for what's in the room. So the first thing you'll notice is I've gone for a laminate floor in here. This is the first time I've ever put a laminated floor down in a bedroom. So it feels quite warm underfoot at the moment. It's a warm bedroom, so I don't think this is going to be a huge problem to me at all. But just to take the bareness off the floor, I've gone for 2 faux sheepskin rugs, and these were from Next. And as I said, I'll link everything in the comments box below. They were fairly inexpensive, but they are really nice. I've got a lovely pile on them. They're showing more pink on the screen than they actually are. They really are a lovely grey, but I think it's just the way the light's catching them. But trust me, they are grey. So I then went for wallpaper from B&Q, and this has a really nice like glitzy effect on it. I'm not sure whether or not the camera's going to be able to pick it up, but it's gone on very nicely. My dad commented about how nicely it hung as well, but it does have a very nice glittery feel as well. And I did want to go for quite a vibrant glitzy feel to the room. I've chosen 3 prints from Desenio. So this is an online store that does beautiful prints and frames. I'll put their website below for you as well. I've started to use these quite regularly. I've got some prints in my living room from Desenio, and yeah, they're just gorgeous. So if we just move on to the bed, this is the cheapest bed in the world that you could ever possibly find. I wanted like the Chesterfield style bed, a sleigh bed, as you can see here. That's exactly what I've managed to get. It was £179 for a double bed, which I think is amazing value for money. I will put the link of the company that I use below. They were absolutely excellent. They're called B Furniture. It's a UK online store, and they've got some stunning pieces of furniture for a really, really good price. And I didn't really want to spend a lot on the bed, and I didn't have to for £179. I think I've done quite well. That's allowed me to splurge a little bit more on the things that I do really want to. So the bedding is from Next. I've gone for a 600 count white bedding, and it's got like a grey trim around it. It was more on the expensive side, I will admit, but I do love really nice beddings. That gives you that really nice hotel feeling. The other big pieces of furniture that I got from Next are these Florence bedside tables. I've got 2 of them. They've got a nice, really nice detail on the front of them. It looks like a quilted effect, and a really nice crystal handle on there too. And they're so heavy, and they've got wood as well. So there's wood there, which is lacquered in a lovely silver. All glass all the way around, as you can see, except for the back obviously, and the drawers are soft closed drawers, but they're so heavy. I've just in there got the socket for the heated, what do you call it, the heated sheet for the bed for when it's cold, but all of the drawers are like lined in a really dark blue black velvet as well, so that it has a really luxurious feel about it. They really are very nice. I'll show you the tall boy now, just to give you an idea of what that looks like. So this is the tall boy. So you get 3 really big supersized drawers, and then 3 smaller drawers. And what these are, which is absolutely lovely, again really hard to open because of the soft close hinges, are like jewellery drawers. So you've got all of these padded sections here where you can put rings and earrings and then larger pieces of jewellery in, and each drawer is set out, as I believe, a little bit differently. So here you've got a wider space and then smaller, so you could put necklaces and things inside that one if you wanted to. I'm not sure what's in this third one. Oh, same again, there's a top drawer, so larger pieces of jewellery can be stored in there. So I think that's, again, absolutely lovely. I'll link this furniture in the comments box for you below, just in case you're interested. But it really is good quality furniture. It came all pre-assembled, beautifully packaged, delivered by 2 lovely men, and yeah, what more could you ask for, really? But I love that mirrored furniture. It's lovely. On top of it, I did show you this in a recent haul. I've just stood, these items all came from Dunelm. You've got like a vintage style tray here. These are from the Dormer range in Dunelm. So you've got a little trinket box and a perfume bottle there. And then a really nice Fifth Avenue reed diffuser. That came from Dunelm too. This little lovely here, beautiful orchid that also stands on here, is from Next, and that was £18. And again, I'll link that in the comments box below for you. I wanted to keep the items that I was putting on my bedside table really, really simple. I purchased a tea light holder for each side. They're again from the Dormer range from Dunelm, and I've got my little tea light in there. And then I wanted 2 really simple bedside lights, and ended up paying a little bit more than I wanted to for them, but when I show you how lovely they are, you will agree. So these are the Cooper lights. You can get them in this size and also a smaller size as well, and these are from Next. And what I love about these is they're touch lights, so all you need to do is just put your hand on it gently, and it's got 3 settings for light, and I just think that they look so classy and elegant, and I'm so pleased that firstly I found them, and secondly that I sort of took the plunge and bought them. So I'm absolutely over the moon with those, and again it's just a little tap and away they go. But I just think the The glass effect again is, yeah, it's really nice feature. I'm really happy with those. The curtains I've chosen are the Peyton curtains from Dunelm. They are an indigo blue velvet. I wanted them all the way to the ground because my ceilings are quite low in this house. We've had to put the curtain pole right up to where the coving is, just so I don't have to mess around taking the curtains up, which is great because they just touch the floor really nicely. They're nice and thick. They will block out the light along with the blind. And I also got the curtain pole from Dunelm as well while I was in there. Yeah, I just wanted to show you the material of the curtains. They are very nice, very thick. And I'm sure they'll have they'll retain the heat as well in the winter and keep the sun out in the summer as well. Just to show you this on my windowsill, I've just gone for a couple of small items on the windowsill. I have a blind, obviously, as you can see, and what I didn't want to do was be dropping the blind and knocking items off. So these will just fall nicely behind the items. So I picked up this mirrored love sign that came from Dunelm and was in my recent haul, as was this picture frame. And this is part of the Dormer collection as well. So this is their cut glass range, which you've seen a few pieces already in here. And yeah, I just need to get a picture, probably of Daisy in there, and get that framed. The cushions on the bed, so these dark indigo blue ones, match the curtains, so they're Peyton cushions. I think those were about £16 each from Dunelm, so they're the same, exactly the same material that the curtains are made out of. And then I just wanted to introduce a little bit of the silvery grey again on the bed, and you saw these cushions in my recent haul, and they were £16 again from Dunelm. There wasn't a matching throw, sadly, but I've managed to pick up this indigo blue throw from Dunelm as well, and yeah, it just finishes it off. It's a slightly lighter shade of blue than the curtains and the cushions, but to be honest too, you know, somebody who hasn't actually designed this, you wouldn't know looking at it. It looks as though it matches. I think my favourite piece now has become the mirror, this mirror here, and the flower display that I've created. I'll tell you about that flower display in a minute, but this is one of the Lena mirrors. So it's a Lena mirror from the range, so I will link this below, as I've said. So it's not attached to the wall, it just leans against it. It blew my parents' mind. They couldn't understand why I didn't want it attaching to the wall, but you know, this is the way that it's done. The words out of my dad's mouth were, "Oh, I don't understand these newfangled things." So I did have to chuckle, but I absolutely adore that mirror. So I don't have a very nice full-length mirror in the house, so I'll be able to get ready for work in there. So I'm over the moon with that. And then standing next to it is my beautiful floral display. I did see this vase when I was in the range, and I did my kind of come to the range, have a look with me for inspiration video, and I did spot that. And yeah, I've just ended up filling it with stunning flowers. It might need tweaking slightly. I keep looking at things and thinking, yeah, I might just move you around a little bit. But on the whole, I think I've achieved something really, really pretty and, you know, sort of quite extravagant looking. It's probably ended up as one of the most expensive floral arrangements I've ever done. It's a mixture of items from the range and Next. These blue flowers came from Next, and they're the only indigo blue flowers that I've been able to find anywhere at all. I don't know whether or not it's just not a colour that's particularly on trend, but there's so few accessories for indigo blue around at the moment because most of them are teamed with gold, and I just didn't want gold. So I've created that. I'm really pleased with it. Obviously needs a bit of tweaking. For those of you who know me fairly well, I'm a qualified florist by trade. I did that years and years ago when I wasn't sure what career path I wanted to take. And yeah, no, I'm quite pleased with it. And finally, there is my light. This is the Anastasia light from Next. I ended up paying a lot more than I wanted to for it, but when I saw it, I just absolutely fell in love. It's like a hanging ball of crystals, It's LED. I'm going to switch it on for you just now so you can see what it looks like when it's lit up. That is just gorgeous, and when the sun hits it or on a night, it just sends loads of refracted light around the room. It really is. It really is a statement piece, I have to say. My dad did look at it and think, gosh, that's a bit long, but actually it does hang quite a way off the bed. There's no way I'm gonna hit my head on it, but I just could not leave Next without it. So I do like my lights, you know, and as you see more of my house, you'll know that I do like a nice light fitting, and you know, sometimes it's just worth paying that little bit more for them. So I'm just going to give you one final look around. So this is what you see literally as you come in through the door. The tall boy with the nice display on the top. My window. And then the bed. And the bedside table. So it is nice and simple, not too over the top, but I think on the whole I'm really pleased with it. I've created something that's classy, I think, and I'm going to be very, very comfortable in here tonight. I cannot wait to get in that bed. I am going to bed incredibly early and I'm going to enjoy it. So I'm going to love you and leave you all, and I'll see you in my next upload. Thank you so much for watching.